You are listening to WCJV Digital Broadcasting, Youngstown, New York.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Southern Fried Paranormal Radio. We have a couple of ladies with us tonight. They're awesome. And before I get into what it's all about, I'm going to have CJ, our lovely producer, play their intro clip because they're going to be doing a show on the network starting on the 25th. If I'm not mistaken.
Right, correct. That's absolutely right.
Yes, awesome. CJ, if you would play that intro for everybody, and then we'll get these ladies in here and find out what everything's all about. Now, wasn't that just awesome, everybody?
Gosh,
Awesome,
thank you.
awesome. Okay, if I could applause, Dita. Yes. Thank you. Uh, anyways, kind of explain what your show is about. What besides the show and everything, you also are very musically talented. Um, kind of
Gayla.
kind of explain to everybody, what it is you do with your music, and also about the upcoming show, and kind of, let everybody know what's going to be going on.
Well, do you want me to hit this, Mums?
Well, since you're the musically inclined one, yes, please.
Well, we're doing this show about it's called the Blackthorn Path, and it's going to be on Sundays at 8:00 Eastern, 7:00 Central Time. See, now I'm all kerfuffled with the whole time zone thing.
Okay, so it's
but
the
it
same
is
time as this one.
It's the same time as this show. That's right.
Right.
And it'll be on Sunday nights. Yes, there will be music involved. I'm a musician. I have been playing guitar and violin and whatever else I managed to get my hands on forever. I've been studying as part of my own musical experience. I've also studied a lot of the bardic rituals and ideas, and I tend to be very that's kind of always been my sort of approach, is that the music is for healing and awakening and spirituality and those kinds of things. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of music on the show, but it's really much more about entertaining and educating and celebrating the great number of neo-pagan and modern pagan people in our country and around the world as well. We're Mumsy and I are earth-based practitioners. She's a Reiki master. I'm a Reiki master as well, and we do a lot of we're going to be talking a lot about herbalism. We're going to be talking about ritual design and doing talking about spellcraft and why not, and how to do it safely, and what kind of spells you should never do. And I mean, we're also going to be bringing in some experts. Hopefully, be doing segments on how pagan people can navigate their way through the court system. For example, there are certain different laws that have impacted us in a bad way. So religious liberty is a huge passion of mine. And so that's going to be another subject we'll cover. But it's really going to be whatever we can think of that is going to be fun and entertaining and educating, and hopefully we can make the world a little better, a little friendlier for everyone as we go along. That's kind of the basis of the show.
That's awesome. I kind of look at it all in the same aspect, being paranormal investigators as Dusty and I are. We are all about, and anything that fits along the line of paranormal and different kind of fits all into the same genre to me. So yeah, if you're sharing unity in your following what it is that you're trying to do there, that's a great thing. And of course, the music is good too. I think it's going to all be great. I can't wait to, and of course, I will be there.
Well, we appreciate that.
To visit, the different shows and pop in and say hi and stuff like that. Just one of those things I do, but
that'd be fantastic. We could do a show about paranormal stuff. I have ghost stories from recording studios that I could tell,
Awesome.
And it could be fun.
See, now we're going to have you on again at a different time just to talk about ghost stories.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I have a great ghost story from the last recording session I did. So
Awesome.
I'll
Yeah.
let you know.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah.
You know, Jason Hawks, you ever heard the story about how he even got into paranormal investigating?
Oh, you talking about Mr. Ghost Hunter himself?
Yeah. When he first started experiencing the paranormal world he dated a girl, and I caught this a while ago, and she was a Reiki practitioner, and she did Reiki on him, and they got into it real heavy, and then all of a sudden he started seeing ghosts.
It's amazing
from doing that. Yeah, I mean, it's in his book, everything. He talked about, he had to get away from Reiki because it didn't work with him. But yet my uncle up North Carolina, he believes in it. He sends Reiki healings out all over the world all the time. So it's a really cool subject.
Yeah, indeed.
It is. And we have a few stories about our own sessions.
You never know what's going to happen.
Okay. I had a past life experience during my Reiki atonements. Awesome. Cheryl is into Reiki also. And Cheryl Carter. And she's a good friend of mine. Kind of, if you can, explain to me exactly what a Reiki process is.
It is using your body as a channel to bring the universal healing light into play. We all have the ability to heal. Being attuned to the different levels of Reiki simply gives you a much better ability to channel that energy.
So when you perform a Reiki healing, though, is it like a hands-on thing, or is it just like where you can do it if somebody's like say in Guatemala?
Yep.
Yes.
It's both. It's all of the above. You can do hands-on. You can do the treatment without ever touching the client. And you can send, once you're attuned to second level, you can do distance healing.
Yeah, and it is, as many things are, you're more effective when you can actually lay your hands on somebody. But the distance healing is great to be able to somebody's suffering, somebody's having surgery, or somebody's had an accident, or they're injured or whatever. You can just immediately sit down and start sending Reiki to them, and that there have been many studies done now on the power of prayer, and the power of positive thinking, the power of positive affirmations, and these things actually do make a difference. Reiki is another one of those things, only it's just much more directed and specifically channeled. You're able to control that flow a little better, and it's a stronger flow, I think, than any meditative practice I've ever done before. It's incredibly powerful stuff.
Okay. Now I've watched videos and I've read different stories about how the power of prayer can heal a person, and I've seen it actually, where somebody would be like at death's door, and prayers went out all over the world. Next thing you know, they're doing fine.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff is amazing because and dare I say this, if I do it, I get away with it. I do it. The power of suggestion is an awesome tool, and I actually did that to my brother one time by getting all my other brothers and sisters to cooperate with me.
Mm-hmm.
And we convinced him that he was sick, and the next thing you know, he was sick as a dog.
Yeah.
So it does work. Power of suggestion is an awful thing.
We always try to go the other way.
Well, it was just an experiment, and it worked, and it freaked me out because I'm like, dang, I didn't think it'd really work, And I had all them going, every time he'd run into a different one of us, they'd say, "You feel okay? You look okay. Are you sure you're not sick?" And he said, "I felt fine up until y'all started doing that." He said, "Next thing you know, I was sick as a dog."
Yeah. Well, and there's a lot of our brains are incredibly powerful, and of course, Mumsy and I have spent a lot of time working to refine our focus, our kind of sharpen that mental edge. We have spent many hours, over every day we try to do a little bit of that. It's something that druids, witches, pagans, whatever you want to call anything that we do, shaman kind of healers as well. It's something that you do. It's just like practicing. If you're a musician, you practice your instrument. If you're a mathematician, you practice math. So as a Reiki practitioner, you practice Reiki. As a witch or a druid, I'm going to sit down and practice the meditative techniques, practice using my energy field, moving my energy field around. I'm going to spend a lot of time doing that. And once you are kind of in that zone where you're really practiced, then you can do a lot. The mind is more powerful than we know. And if you start using that power of suggestion with people, and a lot of that too, we can certainly do that in healing. We can say, okay, now I'm going to change this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I always try to keep everybody really informed and have them tell me what their pain looks like, what their pain smells like, what their pain tastes like, so that we can make it real and then remove it. And so that's all part of the power of the mind and the power of suggestion as well. So it's a totally valid thing, Roger. You're not in trouble.
Nope.
You are if you do Reiki on me and I get sicker.
Okay.
You're in a lot
As
of
you
trouble.
said, we try to go the other direction.
Having said all that and all the explanations and everything, I have a crappy chest cold that I can't get rid of. You guys want to send some of that healing this way? I'd enjoy that, I think.
We absolutely will.
I think that's a doer.
Yeah, we'll Reiki bomb you.
This stuff I'm telling you, I cannot quit coughing up crap, and it's been going on for days, and I'm surprised my voice has not gone out on me again.
Too bad I can't send him some of my tincture.
Yeah. Well, just, you'd have to make sure that he was somewhere where he could land on something softly. It's pretty powerful stuff.
That it is.
Well, I've got a bed right behind me, and I'm in a fairly comfortable chair, so if it flips over, I'm going to go right on that bed. I think I'll be good.
Yeah,
anyways, sure. If you guys want to lend a little help, I'd appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I've always been kind of, and I don't know how to explain this without sounding, because I come from a Christian background, and I also kind of like some of the pagan stuff, okay, that, how can I explain this? The Celtic, the Druid, all of this stuff is interesting. And I have this thing about the ancient Mayan civilization. I'm just drawn to it, okay? I can look at some of those pictures of some of their cities and feel like I've been there. Is that making sense?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just wondering because I can look at a picture and I can just feel that I stood in that very spot.
Hmm. Been there, done that.
You know,
Not to my end, but yeah, my first recognized past life experience was thrown at me watching the movie Braveheart.
yeah.
I was on the field when the women were out collecting the bodies after the battle.
Now, see, and of course, General Patton uh, had a past life recognition of a certain battleground that he was on, that he had fought there before
Yep.
in the ancient past. Okay. Um, but with me, it's the ancient Mayan culture. It's not, I love all the other stuff. The Aztecs were cool, the Incas were cool. I love all that stuff. But I can look at those pictures of those Mayan cities and just, well, not everyone, but certain ones, and know that I stood there. And it's really weird,
I have a very close friend that passed away a few years ago, but he and I shared several past life memories. That I would have part of them and he would have the other. And we sort of stumbled on this because I was having these weird dreams and I was talking to him about it, and he started filling in the blanks and explaining to, and talking about his sort of experience of that dream. So it's been, it was very interesting because just the fact that somebody else was there. And so often he and I were basically brother and sister for several hundred years. And so we just always drawn to each other in that way. And it was amazing that I would, every once in a while, I would call him up and say, dude, do you know anything about Siberia? And so we would just, why am I dreaming about this? And he, so suddenly he's off on his part of it. And I'm like, oh yeah. And I would have these memories of things. So, yeah, it's all, our minds, our spirits, our brains, all of that are much bigger and much different than we know. And, the exploration of the mind, the exploration of what does it mean to have a soul? What does it mean? What does a soul mean? What is it? Those are questions that both of us are fascinated with. We're going to try to have more fun with it. We're not going to try to have it be a dry sort of discussion. No, we're going to have fun.
Neither one of us would be happy with that. Yeah.
No.
Let's have some fun.
Hello, Sweetfoot.
There are, so yeah, this is stuff that we're just
Sweetfoot.
going to be fascinated and going to be providing too. So
yes, and we are by far not dry. Other than maybe the sense of humor is a little dry on occasion, but no.
I'll drink to that.
And just about anything else, won't we?
Lots of reasons to celebrate. It's a beautiful life.
It is.
That's going to be an interesting show. I can tell already.
It is. And you don't have to tune into it. Well, no, you can't.
Well, occasionally I can.
Well, and it'll be on the site. You can listen later if you have to.
Right, right.
So we hope we'll be doing podcasts and all that kind of stuff too. So once the show's aired, the next day we'll see about putting that out into the world in another format so that other people can listen too and keep getting more listenership and more people involved.
Yep. We're starting.
YouTube is a godsend.
Aw.
I tell you what, YouTube is amazing because I can be looking into information on anything, and I can type it in YouTube, and it'll pull up something.
Yeah.
Yes, it will.
You know, I mean, it just, and a lot of times it's right on the money what I was looking for. So, you know, I mean, did the YouTube gods know that I needed this stuff? And they said, well, we'll have it here for you, sir.
You just have
And
to
I
type in the right words.
And I can be high on vertigo pills and still type something in and end up laughing, so it don't matter.
Dusty, you would laugh. Wouldn't matter if you was on vertigo pills or not.
I know.
Dusty is for all who don't know, is my team founder and my brother and my best friend, and we're like that. We cut up and carry on all the time. So y'all just have to ignore that part of us. You know, we do have a serious side when we can find it.
When?
There.
Why?
Yeah, there you go.
We do too, but we we don't let it out to play very much because it gets broken easily.
Excuse me, y'all.
Well, that and people look at us and go, "What's wrong with you?"
And then we have to cackle. So
Dusty said he's the good-looking brother. I'm the little fat brother. So hey,
We all just got the brains. I got the looks.
We are what we are,
Somebody told me the other day my daughter got her good looks from me. I said, no, she didn't. She got them from her mom. Look, I still got all mine. Heck.
Ooh.
Burn.
It's all right. I've been divorced for years.
Thanks, Nita, for the confidence there, calling me the evil one.
That's right.
Well,
gee, which one of us is the bad twin? I forget.
it's hard to tell. I think we alternate.
Okay.
God, Dita.
we go back and forth.
It's the yin
Is anybody watching this? Is anybody watching this chat room? It's always against me. Do you see that? Outer shell is not what's important. Look at the heart. It's always against me. It don't matter how good looking I am. I mean, the world's got to take the good looking ones down. It don't matter. God,
You're just too pretty for this world.
Just like that thing on Facebook today. I put up there, it said, what will you be in your afterlife? And it said, I will be the guardian of the gates of heaven. Well, somebody else said, I got demon. And I said, well, don't come to my party because I'm going to kill you at the gates. I said, but just stand aside. You'll be down there with Lizzie Borden and Paris Hilton. So, well, second thought, can I come to your party? I just want to come to their party now. Heck.
My grandmother always used to say, heaven didn't want her and hell was afraid she'd take over.
That's right.
I can't go there. I mean, the devil still got that restraining order against me and all that, but...
You too?
Anyway.
That's what my brothers always said. Marines don't die, they just go to hell and recruit. That's right.
Dusty is the as he puts it, the good looking one. I am amazing. Okay, so
oh my God.
Yes, I did.
Oh.
He's getting in trouble and he don't know how to delete it.
Yeah,
okay.
I got in trouble because we get carried on good conversation and I forget things. We're live on WCJV Digital Broadcasting out of Youngstown, New York, and we're going to play some more music for you. This one's called Within the Eye.
Understand no matter how old we grow, and there are things we can't deny, especially when it happens within the eye, oh, within the eye. Bright knowledge brings me home now, and memories and feels in my blood. Mystery resolves itself into that which cannot be told. I rise to grace in the moment. I am ready to embrace it all. And there are more things between sky and soil that we'll never understand, no matter how old we grow. And there are things we can't deny, especially what happens within the eye, oh, within the eye, oh, within the eye.
Okay. CJ said I'm live again, but I don't feel too lively. Anyway, that's great. I couldn't hear it real well. I heard parts of it, and then I didn't hear anything. But but the parts that I
What
heard,
we heard, we liked.
I really enjoyed. And if you guys want to send me a couple of songs or something via Skype or Facebook or whatever you want to, I'd love to listen to it. Actually, be able to listen to it good.
Okay,
Awesome.
I could sure do that.
Awesome. I play a little bit of guitar myself, but it's not anything as fascinating as what you do. So,
Well,
Okay, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh, I was going to say I've been doing it for such a long time that I better be good. That's
I've been with one since I was 14, but I never really learned how to play it.
I started when I was 4, and just when I was in my teen years, I kind of played for anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a day. It was and I played in bands. I went out on the road when I was 9. I started touring and playing, and so it was just it was what I did. And so yeah, I've put in a lot of time on playing guitar and fiddle too. So it's sort of been my, I don't know. I feel sort of naked without a guitar most of the time.
Cheryl Carter said Roger plays
Spirituals.
Okay, so I've got a CD player in my truck. I've actually still got a tape player, and believe it or not, out there in my shop, I still got an 8-track. In my house, I have my grandfather's big cabinet radio player.
Oh wow!
Where can I get music?
Which music
From
do you
y'all?
want? From me?
I mean from y'all. Yeah, I mean I've heard Charlie Daniels and stuff all my life. I'm not going to promote him because he won't come on my show because he's rude like that. But he sung all about the devil in Georgia, but no. But so y'all, where can I get it? I do have a reel, actually, Dita. Yes, I do.
You can go to bandcamp.com, and I have digital. One of my records up there is just a digital release, so you can download the music. It's called How Can I Keep From Singing, and it's all just solo guitar stuff. But the new record, which will be coming out, I believe, in either late March or early April, it's called Aunt G and the Stone City Nephews. And it was made, I'm playing more fiddle on it. I play a guitar on a couple of songs, but mostly I'm playing fiddle and singing. I wrote all the songs. And my nephews, John, Jake, and Slim, are the band, and then we have our friend Dustin Bush that plays mandolin and slide too, but on a couple of songs too. But it was made here in Iowa, and we recorded it in a corn crib, believe it or not.
Awesome.
So it's the most amazing sound, and that's where the ghost was, in the corn crib. He's a ghost from World War II that came back with shell shock, as they called it back then, or PTSD. And he used to go out to the corn crib and scream and rage and throw things, and then I guess he committed suicide out there. And so one day we were recording, and we kept hearing this screaming sound, this terrible digital distorted screaming in the headphones, and couldn't figure out what it was. And Pete, the engineer, went through and replaced all of the cables and swapped out everything he could swap out, changed the microphones over. I mean, we did, a complete reset up, reinitialized everything, and then it wouldn't stop. And so finally I was sitting there, I saw this flashing going on over by the door, and I realized that, when I shut my eyes, I could see this man standing there screaming. And so I walked over and I talked to him and just, basically said, "I'm sorry for your pain, and how can I help you find the light? And you need to go. You really do, because there's people there that can help you." And kind of put my arm around him and walked him out the door, and all technical difficulties completely evaporated. And the rest of the day we had no trouble whatsoever. And before, it was just, we couldn't record one single song. It was so bad. It was happening like every 3 to 5 minutes. We were getting those screaming. And so as soon as I talked to him, he took him outside, and it was fine. So it was quite a day.
Wow.
Well, did he go into the light when he got outside, or?
I think he did. I hope so. And
Well, he
and
has
the next,
come back, right?
not that we ever, we never really, I think Pete had some issues in the same piece of equipment that he was using that had kind of some residual problems. And so I think maybe he didn't completely leave. But that was months later.
Well, maybe it calmed him down somewhat.
It may have. It may have broken the cycle for a moment, but I tried. I went out and smudged, and the next day I took candles and I smudge wand, and I went around. I walked all the way around the whole corn crib with my smudge wand, and I sang to him. I sang him a song. I played him some music, and I talked. I also asked for the goddess Morgan, who is sort of the battlefield goddess. I asked her to come and claim him and help him find his way. And so the place seemed much lighter and happier and airier after that.
Well, when you think about a spirit that suffered before they died, and they suffered during their spirit
Life
time here, that's a lot of suffering. Okay. And they were doing it by themselves. So to have someone talk to them in a calm manner and soothe them and just, be with them and everything probably was something, they never expected. So it probably did calm him down quite a bit, even if he did not leave.
Yeah.
Just knowing that somebody cared.
Yeah.
Makes a difference. Whether you be live or dead, if somebody cares, it makes a difference.
Be he live or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make me bread.
There you go. Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Yeah.
Mumsy, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That was what I tried to explain to the cops, but they never bought it. It was a poltergeist, man. I swear. I mean, look around. I mean,
Was it me? It was one-armed man.
that's right. Oh, Lord. I've got to use that. Next time I put a prisoner in the mouth, I'm going to be like, you know what? I didn't do it. The poltergeist did it. I mean,
It
Who are
was
you going
the-
to call,
it was
right?
the kind spirit.
That's right. Who are you gonna call? You're gonna call me. I'm gonna come
There
find
you go.
it. So naturally, it's gonna be real. I'm not going to prison over this. It's a poltergeist the whole time. But no, we
Mm.
did a show on poltergeist last week, and it was, yeah, it was real interesting. But
And hilarious. And,
We,
I mean,
we lived in a fourplex, and he used to go into the different complexes and create difficulties. But the only one in our apartment that ever got bothered was my ex.
well,
There was a kitchen cupboard door that opened just as you walked from the living room into the kitchen, and every time he came home, whack, kind of like
wow.
that.
he must have needed some whacking. You know, I mean,
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Roger had a poltergeist, but it helped him. Sorry, CJ, because every time he ate toast, it buttered his bread. So, I mean, sorry, CJ. I'm sorry. I said I was sorry. I put the disclaimer out there for it. I even said, I'm sorry, CJ. But, I mean, sorry, y'all. We ain't getting back into that right now.
Don't deal with the headache.
And
Okay.
Go ahead and send me some Reiki healing because I have a feeling CJ's driving over here right now.
You just sit up there with your belt and be quiet, sir.
all right, we'll concentrate on
Oh.
coughing and bruises.
That's it. That's it.
Actually, my wife has been talking about seeing different things in our living room area at night, and I know that there's a shadow spirit that hangs out in this room here on occasion. Never harmful, but always lets me know when he's around. I know because my dog goes into her little ordeal, and yeah.
She told me
But
she'd been seeing something different in her living room for 20 years.
But
She said
anyway,
it's quite different.
but anyway, yeah, different things that she's claimed to. She said she wasn't sure if she was, if she was half asleep, half awake, dreaming this stuff, or if there actually was something that she saw. And I'm very tempted. I hadn't done it yet to set up a camera in there and just let it run all night and see what happens. But
Yeah.
uh,
Well, it's that space between awake and asleep where your brain does the most work.
That's true.
That's probably when she is seeing things because you're not concentrating on anything, and so you
Right.
will see more.
Well, she was mentioned on several occasions about different things that she supposedly saw in there, and I can't give you details. I can't remember exactly what she said. I remember one time she said something about a girl brushing her hair or something,
Huh.
and other stuff too, but I can't remember what all it was. But anyway, it's interesting, and yeah, I think I'm gonna set me a camera up in there and just let it run through the night and see if I catch anything or not. But spirits, what can you say? They don't play when you want them to. They play when they want to.
That's true. I had a few, I don't know, maybe a couple of months ago, when I was kind of in the morning, it would pat me on the shoulder and it'd be like, what? It was sort of like, how a cat will come up and tap you if it wants your attention, just sort of tap, tap, tap with the paw. It felt kind of like that. And it's like, I wonder if that's my old cat coming back. But she just, it'd be just a little tap, tap, tap on my shoulder. And what? Who are you and what do you want? Don't be tapping me on the shoulder unless you can follow it up with something, But yeah, never heard anything more. But that's okay.
Well, yes, I have a mirrored wall behind my bed, and I have started hanging things over it because I will wake up in the middle of the night and see eyes that aren't mine.
Ow.
It's a little freaky. And usually I wake up because one of the dogs has said something is there.
It's weird that you said that because I remember on a couple of different occasions, and I wasn't asleep. I just closed my eyes and laid there with my eyes closed. And I was getting all these pictures of different colored eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yep.
you know,
Spirits like mirrors.
partial faces, like you could tell if it was female or male, but it's like all these different colored eyes.
Oh, great.
Awesome. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Bill Wallace. How you doing?
Awesome. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. I'm very happy to know that I know you'll be happy to know that my daughter's doing well in the hospital, and I just got back and remembered I was supposed to be on a radio show.
Well, that's awesome, and I hope everything is okay. We have Miss Gayla and Miss Mumsy here that's talking about, well, we just been talking about paranormal stuff, but basically they're here to talk about their new show coming up on the 25th, and we've been talking about spirits and eyeballs and everything else, so just get right in, and I think you'll be right at home.
Well, that'd be wonderful. I'd love to listen in. If I can ever find your radio show on the internet. You gave me the phone number. That's as much technology as I can handle right now.
Hey, Mr. Bill, don't feel bad. I'm the co-host, and he still has to give me the website every week. So,
well, you know what? Now I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
It's cjmars.radio.com/cjmars_chat.html. That's the chat room.
Yeah, I heard Mars.
Right. Right. Thank you.
Do me a favor and well, never mind. He wouldn't see it.
Do you got Facebook, sir?
Yes, sir. I do have Facebook. That's how Roger and I argue all the time.
Well, there you go.
I thought I put the chat room link in there for you.
All right. Well, I am on Roger's Facebook page right now, so I'm looking at his Jihad Jane. I think it's pretty interesting.
Check out the ad there. It's on the page, and it's got the chat room link on it.
Okay. Well, I tapped on that. Let me see if I type this in, what'll happen.
Oh, okay, good. Wee, Big Bird.
Look at that. Oh, my goodness. I love it when people know enough about technology to make me feel like I can do stuff.
Anyway, Mr. William Wallace. Bill?
Yes, sir?
Last time you were with us, we were talking about the Haunted Mansion and all that, but you promised to get with me about some ghost stories and such. And I'm still going to hold you to that, sir.
Okay. Well, I could impart some ghost stories and stuff like that to you. I'm going to go in the other room. You guys can have the room back. I'd like to talk about some of the things that I think are magic in the world that are still here, but we just don't identify them as magic.
That would be right up our alley, actually, Bill.
I think that'd be awesome.
I love it when a plan comes together. I just get to sit there and eat pizza.
Yeah, you get the bed.
Well, I inherited, a certain level of different from my meme. Okay, now my meme was French-Canadian. She lived so far north in Vermont that 4 of her brothers who were born in the old farmhouse are Canadian, and 2 of her brothers and her 2 sisters who were born in the new farmhouse were Vermonters, Americans. So that's right up on the line. She was American Indian, Uh, the majority was American Indian. I think that her great grandfather was French Canadian. So my lineage, I claim American Indian as my primary race, I guess. I don't know what's the politically correct thing. I call myself an American Indian. Anyway,
I just call myself a Cherokee.
I'm sorry, you're what?
I said, I just say I'm Cherokee.
You're Cherokee?
Yep. Partially.
I'm just a honky.
I'm a mixed pot, so
Well, yeah.
Well,
Cherokee, Dutch, and Scottish.
Right, and here's a beautiful thing too. I mean, in a generation who was born in 1950, we were very aware of our heritage. Okay, we called our lineage. We were Irish Americans, or we were French Americans, or we were Scottish Americans. And now our children and my grandchildren, they're American. And that's I don't know if that's good, if it's bad, if it's wonderful, if it's just about time. But we are actually beginning to become a race of people, and I think that's wonderful.
Cheryl, are you a Cornish hen?
I've been called a bantam rooster from time to time.
No, Cheryl said she was Cornish. I said, was she a Cornish hen?
And now she's just laughing at you. So
I know, everybody laughs at me.
At least they don't pick on you like they do me.
My camera ain't working. Is it y'all looking at me?
I'm so sorry for you, man. You don't want to feel
horny at times.
Hey, listen. No matter how they pick on you, okay, it cannot be as bad as a 57-year-old standing there looking at $1,000 box, saying, "How do you turn it on?" and having the 4-year-old granddaughter come over and say, "Here, Grandpa." Well,
Right.
What are you talking about? I'm just 38. I can't do it. I grew up in the era of computers, and I still can't do it.
I tell you what, true story. I was in a store one day, Dusty. I don't know if you know where 3J's is in Martin or not, but
Yes, sir.
I was in there one day, and I was waiting in line, and this woman had her little daughter with her. She was probably, I'm going to say 6 maybe.
right.
And she bought a lighter. And she couldn't light the darn thing because of the safety mechanism. And the little girl said, "Here, Mama, I'll show you how to do it." And she showed her how to light this lighter. And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?"
Child safety,
But I can
right?
work my
Child safety,
my
child safety, device.
Yeah, it gets pretty bad when you have to hand your pills to your grandchildren so they can get past the safety cap.
That's why
I can run my daggone drinking
on.
bird. You know what, Roger?
It's just weird the things that kids do now that, and they show the adults how to do it. Heck, my daughter showed me how to use my freaking phone when I got it.
I don't have a phone. You know why? Because my kids don't live at home, so I don't let anybody show me how to use it. The phone I use still has a tail, okay? It's locked into a wall. Okay? And if you get me mad, I can still hang it up with a crash and bang. Okay?
Yeah,
it feels so good.
and I just hit the jealous
I slammed my
point.
cell phone down a couple times, but I don't think it worked.
Yeah, it's just not quite the same thing when you take a smartphone and slam it down on your table.
Yeah, and you destroy it, and you're saying,
I usually
for a new one. Okay.
Yeah, I usually slam mine down because Roger's usually cussing me out by the end of the phone call, so I slam mine on
WCJV Digital Broadcasting out of Youngstown, New York. We're going to take a pause and play some more music, and we'll be back.
Look like Taloga.
Okay, the vodka, what?
Since I can't pronounce that, lots of vodka. Here we go, y'all. we are back, and our lovely lady friends here have put some links up for you guys and girls. It's been awesome having y'all on here. We're going to turn the topic now to that which we had planned to speak about, and Dusty has some stuff he wants to bring forth about that. I personally get a little bit annoyed at times about this topic because the topic is who qualifies to call himself/herself a ghost hunter. And the word ghost hunter and investigator clash with a lot of people because there really are differences in some respects, but then again, it's also like a slang for investigator. So, how do you differentiate between the two, and who can claim to be a ghost hunter? Now, having said all that, I made myself a couple of notes that I want to go over real quick. Questionary like. Multiple choice.
Do I get to do this?
You gotta love multiple choice, okay?
Do I get to answer these? You know I'm good at multiple choice, Roger.
Well, this is not just, this is for everybody. Anybody can answer this, and I hope everybody chimes in on it. Who qualifies to call himself/herself a ghost hunter? Is it A, the person who records the strange sounds coming from his/her attic or basement? Is it B, the person who buys a lot of high-dollar fancy equipment and travels all over the world to capture evidence? Is it C, the person who goes to a house or business to help a client who claims to have paranormal activity? Or is it D, all of the above?
That's a tough one.
Mm.
Well, in a perfect world, I think that I would go for both B and C. Because I
So-
think that if you're going to be somebody who puts himself out as an investigator or a hunter, that you also have a certain moral responsibility to pass on the information and expertise that you gather from going all over the world or traveling outside of your comfort zone to try and investigate. And if in those investigations you come up with something that's going to help somebody deal with a spirit infestation, a manifestation, perhaps an overactive imagination, then if you do those two, then I think you have enough chops to call yourself an investigator.
Okay. Now, with me, I'm a paranormal investigator. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had different people over the years call me a ghost hunter. A lot of people, it's easier to say ghost hunter than it is to say paranormal investigator. Why? I do not know this, but as I told Dusty earlier, if you spent your time correcting everyone that called you a ghost hunter, quote unquote, by saying, well, I'm not a ghost hunter, I'm a paranormal investigator, you wouldn't have time to do anything else because that's how many people refer to you as a ghost hunter. So that's why I say, it's a slang word.
Mm-hmm.
But now there are a lot of differences that people see as what is the difference between a ghost hunter and a paranormal investigator.
I have the answer to that.
Okay, Mumsy.
I've been thinking about
she
that.
has to go. Thanks a lot, Mumsy. You and Gayla for being on the show, and we had a great time. I love your music. And I'll be there on the 25th to welcome you guys in. So,
Well, thank you so much for having us on.
well, that's not a
Blast.
problem. I know that.
Has this been great?
I have 4 dogs that are that are standing at the back door going, "Ma, I gotta pee." I am out. I'll talk to you all soon.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for coming, and we enjoyed it.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.
Anyway, back to the point at hand. Anybody basically can be a ghost hunter that to coin the phrase hunts for ghost evidence, whatever. You can call yourself a ghost hunter if you use equipment to try to capture spiritual evidence. Okay. Where the differences lie, I'm gonna let my partner Dusty over there, he has some good points on that, so we're gonna let him talk about it.
Okay. Here's what I think. My personal opinion. Okay, Roger? The difference in me and you, right? And just like Trish, you and Trish, I count as paranormal investigators. Because one thing I've noticed throughout a long time is when we sit down doing EVP sessions, what's the one thing you two always ask? Got any idea? Not that. Not about my belt. Don't bring my belt up, Roger.
I wasn't talking about your belt.
Who brought the popcorn?
That's right. That's right. Now, one thing y'all always ask in the same is, going through the paranormal session, how old are you? What's your name? Through the EVP session, I'm sorry. One thing y'all always ask is, why are you still here? Okay? Because the difference in me and you, because I classify myself as a ghost hunter. For one reason only. I don't give a crap why they're there. I really don't. If he's bothering the family, I want to go in there like a good trooper would and run him out. Because that's what I'm all about, Roger. If the people don't want them there, I want them gone. And we're going to fight them out of there. Y'all two actually delve more into why they're there in an investigative sense.
That is part of the job, to get rid of them if they're bothering the family or whatever.
Oh, I know.
But also, at the same time, in my opinion, they have feelings too. In a lot of cases, what they're doing is because they are being ignored.
That's why I act out on the radio.
Their feelings have been hurt, okay? Basically. Like here I am trying to communicate with you, and all you're doing is calling these people in to throw me out of the house.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I think the difference is. I mean, y'all two want to find out, especially y'all two, which, most everybody else in the world, too, want to find out why they're hanging around. What are y'all hanging around for? What do you want? What do you need? Is there something I can do for you? And me, I just go in there, all right, come on, show yourself to me. Throw something at me, knock me over, pull my hair, whatever. Well, they can't pull my hair, but, I have none. But, pull my shirt, pull my belt, whatever, but, you know me, Roger. I'm more aggressive. I just like to go in there and start dragging invisible snakes out of the house and everything else, True. I don't sit down really and try to discern why they're there. And I think that's, where I'm lacking as an investigator, because, I'll research the property all day long and love it, but, as far as when I get there, I'm gung-ho. Throw me an EMF detector, throw me a voice recorder. I'm going off in the deepest, darkest room, setting the floor, and start carrying on my business on figuring out how to get them out. When y'all are actually trying to help the other side more than I do. I think that's the difference, because just like, who was it said it a while ago? Who was it said it? They made a perfect point on this matter, and it might have been Bird, I'm not sure. Who said it? I just seen it, and of course I can't work a computer, so, somebody said, there you go, Dita, I know, said it, and, well, Bird agreed with it too, Big Bird did. Hunters need weapons. I need weapons. I go in there with my EMF detectors. I go in there. Heck, I've been in there with dowsing rods. You know, y'all two seem more natural, laid back, sit back, talk to the spirits, try to help the spirits along with the client. You know, I go in there and, you know me, I got my duty belt full of gadgets. Shut up. And, and you know, I'm going in there Rambo style, red ribbon tied around my head and ready to throw some spirits out, especially if I come across something that might actually sling me across a room. You see what I mean on the difference? Y'all are investigators. I'm just a hunter.
But then again, when you look at it from both sides, sometimes it's easier to get a spirit to leave somebody alone and leave their house if you communicate with them and find out what it is that's keeping them there in the first place.
Very true. Very true. Inspector Gadget.
You know, and I love the fact, I love it that Grant Wilson used to say this all the time because I used to be an avid Ghost Hunters fan back when he was there. Ghosts are people too, or were people too.
Right.
Okay, they had jobs, they had families, they had house mortgages and whatnot, and everything else, just like everybody else. Well, most of them did. I'm sure there were some of them that were, we won't go there. But anyway, you get my point, though. You know, they had a life just like we do. The only thing is they're not in physical form anymore. They're still people, too.
Yeah, you know, and you know I agree with that 100%.
And a lot of times they just want people to acknowledge that they're there, talk to them, you know, treat them like, you know, with a little respect and stuff. A lot of times that's all they need.
And, you know, there's a third part to that, too. Oftentimes we get called in, I mean, as investigators, hunters, or just people who don't have a title but just portray themselves as knowledgeable of the subject matter. Because I am not a ghost hunter and I'm not an investigator, okay? I'm an empath. And I will get asked to unhaunt a place or come down and see what you can do about this bill or whatever. And many times it's the homeowners themselves that are having difficulties dealing with their day-to-day lives, and they just want someone to affirm their beliefs, their juxtaposition, their religious or spiritual shaken, and you're able to affirm, and then suddenly the scary monster that was in the closet goes away. And that is also, I think, part of being an investigator. It's also part of being a ghost hunter, is being able to identify the client's need and deal with it that way.
Okay. Also, having said that, you hit upon a point that is interesting because when we were talking about the poltergeist stuff last week,
right?
I brought up the point about the one story that I read about poltergeist activity was going on, and there was like a 14-year-old girl who was just going through the stages with a lot of pent-up kinetic stuff built up that was being flung out, okay, basically.
Right.
If the family in said haunted situation is not happy, if they're going through rough times, if they're fighting amongst themselves, that's a lot of negative energy building up.
Exactly.
And if you do have a spirit in the house, they're going to pick up on all that negative energy and use it.
And I think that all three of us agree that going into a house, we're going there for a reason, and all three of us want when we leave the people who own the house to be happy with what happened. We have three different ways of looking at that, but we have exactly the same goal.
Mm-hmm.
One wants to go in there with a Rambo ribbon and say, "Get out of here, power of Christ compels you," and just kick them on out. This doesn't belong to you. You had your chance. These people are alive. You are not. You're gone. Another person wants to understand what's going on with this. What are the idiosyncrasies of this spirit? What is it about this spirit that makes him or her or it manifest? And then there's the third, and this is for me, what is it about this family that is making this event become problematic? But all three of us have exactly the same goal, however we choose to look at it, okay? But I think all three of us have, when we are invited to a property to unring the bell, whatever process we use, and however effective each of these processes may be, when we leave that house, yes, we may have gathered evidence. Yes, we may have felt or done things that we didn't think or had not have experienced otherwise. But when we leave that house, we want the person who's going to close the door behind us to feel good about being in that house.
Exactly.
Right on.
Okay.
We can all agree on that.
So now, I don't care if you call me a hunter. I don't care if you call me blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and 7 foot tall, all of which is not true. I don't care what you call me. If when I get done with whatever it is that I'm doing, that you called on me to do, when I leave, I feel as if I have accomplished something. I don't care if you call me a ghost hunter. I don't care if you call me an investigator. I don't care if you call me late for supper. It's just not. You know what I'm trying
I
to
care
say?
about that.
I totally understand what you're saying.
I totally care about the late for supper thing, though.
And if you could see my belly, you'd see I ain't been called late for supper very often.
Well, I'm malnutritioned over here, so.
Dusty's just skin and bones. I've been trying to fatten him up, get him to take me out for cheeseburgers and stuff, but.
Right. How you doing, man?
Molasses oatmeal cookies, my friend.
But anyway.
When it gets cold up here in New England, we make them oatmeal cookies. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
When it gets down to it, the major difference, I think, between the ghost hunter, the average ghost hunter, and I did read this, somebody else said it, but I do believe it. The major difference between a average ghost hunter and an investigator is the average ghost hunter is mostly in it for the thrill. Okay. Yeah, I saw a ghost, or yeah, I got an EVP, or yeah, I went to Trans-Allegheny and whatever,
Right.
And that's where it ends with them. It's the thrill. It's the adrenaline rush. The investigator wants to know why all this is going on and what can I do to help the situation.
Right.
So, sorry if I missed anything, Roger, but the pizza came here and the pizza girl was really good looking, so I had to take my headphones out and flirt a minute. Not only my malnutrition, I'm also starved for attention. So.
He keeps throwing that out there about how good looking he is and charming and all.
I mean, yeah,
but
I was like,
he has no girlfriend, so
she said, "Is that a phone?" And I said, "No, it's actually a tablet. I do a radio show worldwide, and I'm actually on it right now." And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry to bother you." I said, "That's okay. My people are doing it. It's okay."
Ooh, you got people now.
Well, I mean, just to the pizza girl, because she's really cute. I mean,
yeah, I'll have my people call your people, and we'll set this thing up. You bring the pizza.
She was really cute, and she had food, so I don't even care. I mean,
if we weren't on radio, I'd say if there was a third part of it, then she'd be perfect. But that's good.
This is our radio. You say what you want to. I mean, it's
Press cookies.
Lord knows I do.
It's cookies. butter cookie.
What the crap's a press cookie?
Dina likes cookies, y'all. I mean, she really loves cookies. I can see this going on right now in the chat room.
What do you like, Roger?
Me, chocolate pie.
Okay, good. Great. Just leave me throwed out there for CJ to kill. Don't even throw in there where I wanted you to. I set you right up for that one.
Anyway, I make a mean chocolate pie. Good. Send me one. Send it through my email. Anyway, man, there's just so many different points you can bring up about that subject, though, and you're gonna have 500 different views. You know, because you have this handful over here that believes this, and that handful believes this, and another handful over there believes this, and, you know, so when you get right down to it, you know, which term is the right term, the difference between the average ghost hunter and the paranormal investigator? Which term do you believe? Which one is... Because everybody, and I got to say this, and it's probably going to step on some toes, but that's just me. Everybody is a legend in their own mind. Everybody's term is the correct term. It's almost like with churches. If you don't go to this church, you're going to hell. If you don't go to that church, you know, your kids are going to hell. It's the same thing, you know. So which one do you put down as the golden rule difference between the two?
Whichever one's effective.
See,
I don't think that's. I don't know. I think it's it would be too easy to slip into the drama of saying you didn't call me the right name.
Yeah,
right?
There you go. That's
you
what
didn't
I'm
call
saying.
me the right name, so I'm not going to do the right thing. I'd much prefer do the right thing, and whatever it is you call me, so long as you agree that I did the right thing, it's the right thing, whatever you say. All right? So let cause be the effect. If someone wants to call me an investigator, fine. I don't consider myself an investigator. Someone wants to call me a ghost hunter, fine. I'm not a ghost hunter. I'm an empath. Okay? If someone wants to call me an empath, I'll answer it. But I'll answer the other two also. It doesn't really bother me about the title. It's the job. You know, it's what I do. It's not what you say or what you have a preconceived notion of what it is that I'm going to do if I get involved with you. All right?
You know,
so if you've got a team, and they're called to a house, okay? And this team is called to this house because let's go back to the 14-year-old girl who had her family life was falling apart. There was poltergeist activity, okay? And all three of us went in there. All three of us went in there as a team. We would be investigating the event. As a team, we would be dealing with the event. Now, when we introduce ourselves to the family, you might introduce yourself as lead investigator. The other person might investigate himself as I'm the Ghostbuster. And I would introduce myself as the empath. And we go into three different directions. And when we came back together and we met with the family and we dealt with the situation as a team, I did this, and I did that. He did the other thing, we did this. These are our conclusions. How does this help you?
Now that
I
is
don't care what you call me. I really don't care what you call me. You want to call me a Ghostbuster, call me a Ghostbuster. You call me a ghost hunter, you want to call me an empath, you want to call me an investigator, that's fine. And if you're going to get hung up on the word, then you're going to have a real hard time doing whatever it is that you're doing.
I loved your explanation, and that was right on the money. Okay? The team, whether it be some teams have stadiums, some teams have empaths, some teams have witches and pagans. What I'm saying is teams are made up of different people, but when you go in as a team and you each does his own special thing that they do,
Mm-hmm.
and you bring all this information together at a roundtable discussion with the client. This is what we did. This is what we got. How does this help you? If it doesn't help you, we will go out of our way to find somebody else that can help you with this situation. Because when it gets down to the bottom line, it's about the client feeling safe in their home.
Yes. Did I wait too long to say that? Yes. That's what it's about.
Hey, 90% of the calls I get, they say, "Hey, is this the ghost guy?" I'm sure it's the ghost guy.
Hey, it works.
Hey, Dusty.
Yeah, it works for me. Sure.
Tell Bill there about the lady that called about the cat.
Oh my God, no, I don't even want to remember that story.
Hey, he tried to get me to call her and talk to her about it. And I never did do it, but
you're gonna have to tell that, Roger. I've seen too many people get killed and stuck and everything else to remember.
Some lady called about she had 2 cats.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, right now you just refreshed me.
Okay, yeah. So tell him about the cats because you talked to her. I didn't.
Okay. So this lady called me, all right, and she said exactly that. "Hey, is this the ghost guy?" Yes, it's the ghost guy. And keep in mind, my brother-in-law owns a repo company. I was standing in the middle of a gang of Crips, checking the VIN number on their car, and they was all going, "What are you doing, man? What are you doing?" Knowing they all got guns, knowing the Crips got a hit out on me from the prison. I standing in about 20 of them, and my phone rang. I picked it up, and she said, "Is this a ghost guy?" Well, that just kind of threw them off, and I said, "Yes, I am the ghost." Anyway, so she goes to talking about her cat. All right, so she had 2 cats. One of
We
them
are
died.
live on WCJV Digital Broadcasting out of Youngstown, New York. Carry on there, sir.
One of her cats died. Okay, common occurrence, cats die. Well, then, as soon as her cat died, the other one got real sick. And it was laying there, looked like it was dying. Okay? So, she was sitting there talking to me on the phone, saying, "My other cat's dying, I don't know what's going on." And I'm sitting there thinking, what does this have to do, possibly, with a ghost? And so I asked her, I said, "Ma'am, are you sure you don't need to call the vet?" I mean, I can't really help that when it's alive, but when it's dead, I'm your guy. So anyway, she said, no, I'm getting to it. So she goes on and on and on about this cat that's laying there on her floor dying. And she said, the reason I called you is because this cat that's dying had green eyes. All right, then. The cat that died had yellow eyes. Okay. So now my cat that's dying has yellow eyes because the soul of the one cat came out and got into the soul of the other cat. Now it's killing it because the other cat hated the other one. So when this cat died, its soul left the one cat and quantum leaped or something into the other cat, changed its eye color, and was killing it from the inside.
Right.
So I said, I tell you what, I'm a little busy at this moment. Here, I'll have my partner call you. And Roger run like that scared cat when the other one was after him. I'm not calling that woman. She's got a possessed cat. How are we going to mess with a possessed cat?
Yeah, you can't. Well, you bring some little friskies or something.
It's a lot of
Tennessee.
It's some of the things that you deal with, okay? Like invisible 15-foot anacondas and stuff like that.
Portals and closets. It's chewing through the wall. The demons are chewing through the walls until I see the mouse head stick out and say, "Thank you, you got a mouse. Have a good day." That's what we deal with.
It's about making the people who live in the house happy. Okay, sometimes they don't want to hear that they got a mouse in the wall, and they don't want to hear this, that, or the other thing. But that's part of making sure that you keep your credibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this,
You know,
this
I mean,
one
if they want to
mouse-
have, if they want to call up Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, you know, and have a party, then that's what they're going to get. If they want to take and get rid of the demon and it winds up being a rat in the wall or a possum in the attic, then what are you supposed to do? You tell them, you got a possum in your attic. Here's the number to Wild Bill's animal shelter. You know?
You have
and
to-
deal with your possum.
I've got
You
a
have-
great story about that too. Can I
You
tell
have
him
to
real
take
quick?
the whole story into effect, though, with this family here, because I was there twice. Dusty was there about 3 times, because they kept calling, come back, come back, come back. This is
Right.
going on, that's going on. And when she called about the portal in the closet, so to speak, she had about
God, I hope she ain't listening.
7 or 8 more portals in this bedroom, which is about 10 by 12. Okay, so
Highway to hell.
there's your portal. You know, you got a mouse in there, and it's scratching on the wall. That mouse
Yeah.
supposed to come from the afterworld. Anyway,
I mean, he was pretty vicious looking. I mean, hair, you know.
Oh my
But let me
God!
tell
Look
you.
at the teeth.
it might be
Yes.
red.
But you said something about a possum in the attic. And I have
Right.
to tell this story because it's just too funny. So, I moved off. This was before I met Roger. I was living up in Kentucky. Well, my wife had surgery, and I sat there by her side for about a week. And finally, my nephew was on my team then before he moved away. So he was calling me, checking on her and all this. Said, hey, whenever she gets better, I found a little place for us to investigate down here in Union City.
Mhm.
All right, then. So I was telling her, and I said, yeah, whenever you get better, you know, Jordan found us a place. I'm going to go down there. And she said, go down there. I said, I'm not going to leave you here. She said, I tell you what, you drive me over to Mama's. Drop me off. When you get done, come on back. All right, cool. So I drove her over to Mom's and ended up her dad decided to go with me. We come down here to this little house, and we go in there, and we're investigating this little place, and it was my nephew and one of his friends, and me and my father-in-law. Well, the attic space was open, so I said, well, you know, I've got a fetish for old stuff, especially old paperwork. So I
Right.
always look in the attic, because everybody always threw everything in the attic,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I popped my head up there, and I shined the light, and I seen 2 of the prettiest green eyes looking at me. I thought, man, how can I use this for my advantage? So I told them, I said, you know what, guys? I was down at a thrift store just a little while ago, earlier today I was, and I picked up a Ouija board because I love them to set around the house. I just love the fascination of them and the taboo of the Ouija board.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, why don't y'all play that thing in here? You might, you know, they usually don't work, but, you know, you might get something started. Wasn't nothing going on. And so Jordan looked at my father-in-law, Dave, and he said, you want to? And Dave said, heck yeah, let's get it out. So I went out to the car to get it. Well, they sat down there in the kitchen of that old house at the table and got to playing that Ouija board. And I thought, all right, there's an old stick over here. I'm going to go up there and kind of tap on that ceiling a little bit and get that cat moving, because that'll just be funny for me. So about the time they started playing it, and it started moving, which mostly is, you know, a lot of it's telepathic stuff, you know. Some of it's not, some of it is. Anyway, the blanket started moving a little bit, and I was slipping over there to the corner. And I grabbed that stick, and I started once to poke the ceiling, and all of a sudden that cat started hawking up a hairball up there in the ceiling. You know how horrific that sounds.
Yeah, I do.
And before, I looked over there to see their faces. They was all three running out the door, and I was in the floor laughing because I knew what it was, but they thought they'd done called up Lucifer himself inside that house because a cat was hocking up an airball in the ceiling. And I couldn't get none of them to come back inside that place. Even after I told them, I said, "Yo, it's a cat. I had the whole thing planned out." Nope, they wasn't coming back in. But
for some reason, your credibility just took a shot.
yeah, I mean, I'm an honest
No,
guy,
really, trust me, guys. It was just a cat.
It was a cat, I swear. But that
I
was
can't help it if his name was Lucifer.
Yeah, I mean, his name was Legion. It didn't help. I was trying to make my head spin around at the same time, but that's beside the point too. But see, it's things like that. That's what me and Roger bring to our investigations. We go in there, and Roger, you can concur with this if you want to. I'd say 8 times out of 10, the people watched a scary movie and they got an overactive imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Or the refrigerator makes a weird noise, or the house pops because the humidity changes. And they don't have nothing in their house. Me and Roger, usually, when we walk in there, the people scared to death telling us about a 20-foot long anaconda in their house that's biting me when I'm standing there in the living room, and I'm just looking around going, all right, I want some of what y'all are having.
and one of them actually showed him the drawer full.
Yeah. But when we leave, the people's usually laughing and having a real good time. To me, that's doing our job.
Mm-hmm.
If we're only there for 4 or 5 hours and the people's laughing, hey, we took their mind off of it. And many a times, me and Roger have convinced the people, knowing they didn't have ghosts, wouldn't buy that answer. We've convinced them we got rid of it. And they said, oh, by the way, your refrigerator's making a funny noise back here. You might want to get that looked at. Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah, my stepdad was a serviceman for Sears for 20 years. I noticed stuff like that. Oh, okay, cool, thanks. Because
I had
to convince him.
To throw this in there, I had a friend that had a coffee maker that whenever that thing would run, it sounded like Darth Vader breathing.
Oh, that's sweet. I want that.
And could you picture this in a dark room? They put coffee on, forgot about it, turned off the light, and they're watching their scary movie, and all of a sudden the coffee maker starts breathing like Darth Vader,
Oh, that's awesome.
And they're like, oh my God, there's something in my kitchen. Yeah. And it sounded just like Darth Vader. I'm not kidding. And but a lot of times that's what it is. They'll have an appliance that makes a funny noise, or the house is actually settling. And it will do that when the temperatures change, and the ground is starts warming up or whatever, And
or they got 10 demons sticking their head out of the butt going, good golly, Miss Molly, I got me a live one here.
Or they got squirrels in their attic, or raccoons, or, whatever, And I was in this one place where you could actually hear squirrels running around in the ceiling up there, and they were freaking out, and they're like, there's something up there. We've got something up there in our attic. And, you stick your head up there, and the first thing you see is these 2 little eyes and this long, fluffy tail. And he's sitting up, like, with a apron in his front paws or whatever, like, what the hell are you doing up here staring at me? I'm eating. So, but you can't convince them that, oh, it's a squirrel up there in your attic. By the way, you ought to check around the outside of your house, make sure there's no holes where they can get in or out, blah, blah, blah.
Because overhanging trees.
Because they're not going to believe it's anything else but a spirit. Okay?
Right.
They have ghosts in their attic.
Well, you tell them the truth. But if they need to hear something else to sleep good that night, you say, well, you got squirrels up in your attic. And, oh, yeah, by the way, I took that 4-7 demon. He's in that empty Coke bottle out back now. Don't take the look out it.
I don't.
You know, don't take the cork out of the bottle.
Right. Whatever you do, don't take that cork out of that bottle. It's kind of like on the Frighteners movie, you know. Oh, whatever you do, these ashes must not, they must make it to hallowed ground. Do not take the top off of it.
Don't feed them after midnight.
Yeah, there you go. And whatever you do, don't spill water on them.
And don't worry, I'm going to climb over this big pile of brush upside this mountain. I got a special place I'm going to bury that possessed cat for you.
But you do the things you have to do. I mean, if nothing else, you're providing a service to the people. Okay, you're making them feel good about it. Do not, and I just, it just doesn't make any sense. Don't sit there and say, I represent the holy clergy of Mother Hazelnut Coffee, and if you do this and you donate that and the other thing, I will make sure these demons don't come back. Don't do that, because it just destroys it for everybody in the field who wants to go out and do good.
And don't curse my hazelnut, because I love my hazelnut. So
I suppose I can't wear my priest uniform in anymore either.
No,
well, you can. You just got to change it from black to plaid.
Can I carry the bucket of flies in there so I can make it real dramatic at certain
the next time, though,
man, that would be great. That'd be like...
That would be awesome. That is pretty awesome. I open my briefcase and go, let me get my tool out, and then flies are everywhere, and people
flies come out, yeah. Then you got that other guy.
Show.
Yeah, right on.
Nude investigators, okay?
Oh, sweet. I totally put in for that show.
So I figure the next time we do an investigation that you can go in your duty belt and...
By the way, you put an application in for it too, Roger.
I don't think anybody wants to see a little fat guy in the buff, okay? So we won't go there.
Yeah,
but
we're the only two that put in for it, so I hate it for you.
Well, gentlemen, thank you very much for having me on your show tonight. I'm a little bit wiped out here. I've been 2 days without a whole bunch of sleep. Thank you for your good wishes for my daughter, and I'm sure she's going to be fine.
I hope so, brother. I hope so.
All right.
And as always, you know, it's a pleasure having you on. Be safe out there.
All right. Well, anytime you want me back, just send me a link to my Facebook page, because I can never
find it. As you know, I will.
And you're always welcome every week, brother.
All right. Well, thank you very much for that.
And you know I'm gonna be arguing with you about political stuff again soon. So,
well, I got to have something to keep me awake at late night.
See, that's the way I get him interested, Dusty. I've got this planned out. He just doesn't know it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll post something that I know he's gonna comment on. And that's the way I draw him out, see, and then I go, hey, William, come on the show.
That's kind of like you do me. You say, have you seen that new girl at Sonic? What new girl? Oh, by the way, we got a ghost hunt to go on. Oh, you got me again. I'm like, Bill.
You know, that wouldn't be funny if it weren't true.
I know, right? Either one of them. Either one of them.
Well, thank you very much again, and I hope to be talking to y'all very soon.
Okay,
very
man.
Good.
Have a good night.
Get some rest.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.
William's cool. I love William, y'all. Now, we took this serious topic, and we gave it the Dusty Roger twist to make it funny. Starts with
it always starts with the duty belt. Good Lord.
Anyway,
all right, keep it.
The
up,
point
secret.
is, you know,
my bread in the toaster.
It's a really sad thing, but it's true. In the paranormal field, there is all these different people and teams and whatever out there trying to cut each other's throat to get the spotlight. That's not what it's about, people. Okay, that's not what it's about. You know, I don't.
I'm trying. I'm not even trying that one.
I don't do this because, you know,
Knuckle lips.
I want to be on TV or whatever. I don't do it because I want to be known, all over the USA or whatever, or all over the world. I do it because I like helping people. And I do it because I'm fascinated with the paranormal. That's why I do what I do. And, I believe in unity totally. I really do. I will work with any team, any person out there that's willing to work with me. How else can you say it, And that's what it gets down to, really, when you get down to the whole difference between the ghost hunter and the investigator thing. Everybody has their term of what the difference is. And some of them are believable and some of them are just out there. And some of them are all about, well, it's my way or the highway. Either you take my term on it or, you just ain't an investigator, Baloney, people, okay? A big pile of rag baloney.
Rag baloney, that's
rag
right.
Baloney.
Rag baloney.
So you get my point. And so, after you sit there and you say stuff like, if you're an investigator, / ghost hunter, whichever, like William said, you can call me anyone you want to. I'm going to do what I do.
Wait a minute.
Do it, and you can call me any name you want to.
Hang on. Hey. I want to know why you can't get a chocolate pie from Dita, but Bill gave her his tie. Yeah, I'm starting on you with your spelling again, Dita. Go ahead,
oh, boy, she went on a spelling spree last week, I remember.
Oh, my God. All of a sudden, I wanted a Big Bird screen when he said it looked like a blind screen. I was hoping it's Braille.
But I mean,
yeah.
that's the whole thing. Is I do it because I enjoy doing it. I do it because I like helping people. I do it because I'm fascinated with the paranormal, and I'm always learning more. Okay, you're right. Trish and I do kind of tend to go the opposite direction than you do sometimes, but that's not saying it's wrong. That's not saying
no.
What you're doing is wrong, because it all comes together in the end, okay? It's like the round table thing we were talking about. You do things the way you do, we do things the way we do. We bring everything all together at the end and say, this is what we got.
And at the end, Roger always says, see, I doed it right.
I doed it. If I doed it, I get a whooping. Anyway, that's the thing. And Dita said, don't forget me laughing again.
Yeah.
But after we get through the serious part, we have to have an enlightening part, okay? You have to laugh about some of this stuff, because how do you...
If you don't.
Yeah, you lose your mind, okay? Because there's so much out there as far as this one thinks it's this way, that one says it's that way. If you don't do it this way, and blah, 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 blah. You can
sleep deprivation, hunger. Yeah.
I get caught, I get a whooping. Anyway, the point is, now becomes, we're coming up on the third hour, and this is the part of the show where we do the funny stuff, okay? Dusty's gonna wear his duty belt, and
Oh, you talking about I took it off when I started eating pizza. It got too tight.
No, you just took it off because the pizza girl was there.
Right. She said,
nobody.
She looked at me and she said, why do you have a belt? And I said, phone. Excuse me? Phone, see it right here?
Anita said, you are naked.
Turning the camera on, CJ.
No, he was not naked. He had his duty belt on.
My duty belt.
Yeah,
You've seen my profile on Facebook.
He had his duty belt on. He was not naked.
You know I'm
William
a
said,
good
did you
looking
get her
one these
number?
days.
William asked if you got her number.
Well, yeah, it's Domino's. I mean, it's not like I'm taking her out to eat, William. I call her and she brings me food.
Did she come in and eat pizza with you?
No.
No.
She was real busy, though. I mean, that's the only reason. She was, like, super busy. She had all these pizzas in the car. You know, it is Friday night. That's right, William. I got it going on, man. I got women knocking my door down, William. Tomorrow morning, I'll let them out.
That's because they're his ex-wives and they're trying to get in there to kill him.
That might be true. Either way, I'll let them out in the morning, but they're trying to knock the door down right now. But, yeah, I mean, Roger, you know, me and you, y'all want to. Holy cow! I just heard some noise. I don't know what's going on. I think she's trying to get in. Holy cow! Anyway, y'all won't believe. Okay, all right. I'll just go ahead and tell y'all because this is the actual truth. If I ever speak the truth, you know, yeah. Everybody that knows me. Yes, it does, William. Everybody knows me, especially Roger, knows I'm a flirt. If I see a girl, I'm gonna flirt. It's just that simple. So, I was standing out in my yard one day on this busy highway, and I look up, and I see a pretty girl walking down the road, and she has her son. And so naturally I go, oh, no, she can't have her kid out there on the side of the road. So I walk out there and go, where are you going? She said, I'm walking down here to the store. I said, no, you're not. Get in the truck. I'll take you to the store. You can't have your kid on the side of the road. Well, long story short, that was Roger's daughter. That's how we met. Because somehow amongst, I got to talk about, you know, I started trying to impress her like I do with all my girls, which might be why I'm single. You know, driving down the road. So, you married? No. Yeah, me either, but I talk to dead people. And then all of a sudden they're trying to jump out of the truck going down the road, but not this. And she said, hey, so does my dad. I was like, oh, all right. And that's actually how we met, was through a random stranger that I decided to flirt with one day a little bit. But then I seen her boyfriend. He was bigger than me, so I went ahead and left it alone. But so... Anyway, I don't even know how I got on that, Roger.
Well, it is kind of an interesting story because at the same time, before this all took place, we were both in the process of looking for serious investigators to get a team together. And, you know, it's kind of like the sky opened up and said, hey, here you go. You know, talk to this guy. And you know, we've been partners ever since, and that's just the way it works. So,
God led us together.
And
what?
you know, we do what we do. We have fun, you know, and you know, that's just kind of. And of course, Trisha, who is our third member,
which I tried to get to call in tonight. I'll go ahead and tell you, Roger, in case she listens to this on YouTube, was too busy being selfish and buying groceries and stuff to eat the week to take time out and do this.
Us on the radio, right? Yeah. Anyway, we did an investigation in Dyersburg, Tennessee, and Trisha showed up. Who was friends with the owner of the house there. And we got to talk
secretly in love with me.
Somewhere at the point in the investigation, I got to talking with her, and she was telling me how she was interested in all this stuff. And so I said, well, hey, you know, why don't you hang with us a little bit, do some EVP with us, stuff like that, see what you think. And she was amazing. I mean, she
ended up in the cellar with me, and
she took to it like you know, like flies to a mule.
Like bread and butter.
Yeah,
that's right. Like bread and butter.
She's been with us ever since, and you know, We've had others come and go, but she's stuck with us ever since. And I have to say, she's a great investigator. Uh, she's a good friend, and that's how Half Past Bed kind of came together from this end, because Dusty had already started this team in what 2004.
2004. Yeah.
And it kind of fell apart. And when we got together, we brought it back to life, so to speak. And that's what we've been ever since. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I love what I do. I love my teammates, and we just have a good time. So
we're doing wait till the road trip when we take it plumb across the country this summer.
Oh my God!
I've decided New York State. Get the rednecks in New York State.
The old main hospital in New York. It's an asylum, or was, and it's pretty big. Now CJ knows of an even bigger one up there in New York, Dusty.
Oh yeah?
I'm talking humongous huge. This place is big. That place is like, it's beyond explanation huge. I've seen pictures of it. I mean, we're talking, what, 8 or 10 stories?
If I could find my phone, she talked about another one up there that my friend up there, Sabrina, who I've been trying to get on to come on the show because she's an investigator, and she's my friend. She's a model and all this stuff. Beautiful girl. Heck of a woman. But she talked about another one up there, too.
Yeah, indeed, I brought it back to life.
In Binghamton. I mean, so I don't know where that is, but, I'm thinking, I'm thinking Half Past Dead rednecks bust New York State wide open, let them see what the real world's about. And then we roll on down either to Virginia or across and tear open Waverly Hills, something like that would be fun. And I get to spread my wisdom and good looks across this country. I mean, we're in Gardner, Massachusetts.
Gardner, Massachusetts.
How far is that out of New York State? Can't be that far. We're almost in Canada, where we're talking about going. I hope you're not waiting on me to Google it, Roger, because we all know.
Victorian Mansion. Yeah, I'd love to do that place. That would be awesome.
We dude it up right.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. Heck yeah. The Victorian Mansion.
And so, Dusty, I did have a picture
Big
of
Bird.
it. I lost all my stuff, so I don't have it now. But it's an awesome looking place. You ought to see a picture of it.
Well, thanks for telling me now after you threw it all away.
It's an old colonial mansion, and it's awesome.
60 miles from New York border. Let's just all have a party. Let's just all meet it. All get together, schedule a week, everybody in our chat room, meet at Trans-Allegheny Asylum in Virginia, and just have a rockin' good time. That would be awesome. Roger ain't dead by then. I hope they're sending that Reiki to him real quick, because it sounded like he just got part of a lung then.
Ugh.
But no, me and Roger, when we go into places, I start out real serious.
Hang on, you guys. I got to do the, we're live on WCJV Digital Broadcasting out of Youngstown, New York. We got to take a little break. We shall be right back. So nobody go away. Oh, it is, yeah. Oh, shoot.
It's 9 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Got it.
Yeah, but we go to 10, you go to 11. I did do the call letter. Okay, we're live on WCJV Digital Broadcasting out of Youngstown, New York, and we are taking a break before. The heck, and no, my birthday's on the 29th. Uh, Big Bird was just giving me an early birthday. Yeah, I'm Aquarius.
uh,
I'm Aquarius, Dita. Is that bad?
I'm a Pisces.
Edwin Gonzalez. Oh, okay. Uh,
Let's just say.
it would be nice if we could kind of do a round trip, like go to the main asylum building, go up by where CJ lives to the fort up there, Buffalo to the Iron Island Museum, and then swing through and catch William over there for the Haunted Mansion and stuff like that. Man, that would be a cool trip. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you know, Dita, you're only will only be 4 hours and 18 minutes away from where this hospital is. CJ's only like an hour. You know, Dita has to pay tolls. I mean, I'm just saying. William
Yeah.
can't be that far away. You know, that might be doable, you know. Oh, Dita, don't whine. I hate crossing the Mason-Dixon, but I'm still willing to do it. I'm just saying.
And I'm killing the first person that crosses the Macy-Dixie line.
She hates crossing the border. Don't try to bring beer. It's that simple, Dita. I mean, going into the U.S. Okay, get me going. You can tell them I searched you, Dita. I'm a prison guard. It's okay.
Yes, it would, William. It would be awesome if we could all meet at the main hospital up there and be able to go in and do that one and then just kind of make our way around to the other spots up there and then back to your neck of the woods and do the Haunted Mansion. That would be one heck of a trip. I would never forget.
Yes. That would be awesome. If we could get our other partner down there with that bus, we could just cruise up there all in a bus.
Oh, yeah. Our other partner with the bus. Which partner with a bus?
Roger.
Oh, dude, yeah.
He got a bus, man. I mean, it'd be shoving into my daughter's Volkswagen because we know we couldn't make it in a Dodge. We'd be out of gas before we got out of state, so...
Take the bus, yeah. That would be awesome.
Take the bus, man. We'll paint it up, put some teeth on the front of it. That paranormal investigator down the side.
Oh, speaking of Roger,
I'd be standing in the back with my duty belt on by the back door where the window is. Heck yeah.
I've been talking to Roger about the house up there in Purdy.
Right.
And getting together to do
that. That's secretly where I was born. That's secretly where I was born, in case y'all didn't know Purdy. Sorry.
Anyway, we're talking about setting that up this spring when the temps warm up some.
Right on. Right on.
So
what I'm thinking is we get everybody together, okay, up here in New York. Dita makes the dreaded trudge into the United States. We get CJ over. We get wheels on the bus, go around and around. I know all about the bus. I've raised 4 kids, William. Maybe we can get William over, and we do it on a short bus. We try our best to do it on a Friday night, and we got a live radio show coming from the asylum up there.
Oh, that would be cool, wouldn't it?
That would be sweet.
Yes, it would.
I'll spare some internet from my phone to run a Wi-Fi on. Sure, I mean, it'll cost me $18,000 for the AT&T bill, but that's okay. That would be fun. I could see that. Dita would be scarred for the rest of her life, but
yeah, it'd be a week-long event.
Dita's considering coming. That's right, just for the bus.
Hey, it would be a 2 or 3 day thing just to do the main hospital up there. Not even counting the other places. I mean, that place is huge. You ain't gonna do that a night or two. You're gonna be there for a little bit.
I'm gonna shine my buckle on my belt. It look pretty. Yeah, y'all get the pure pleasure. I mean, I could see this. This might be worth doing, Roger. I mean, I could see it. It would be fun. Start saving now and, hey, get Sabrina to come. I'll be with the model, guys. Don't worry. I will protect her if anything comes after her. Don't worry. So y'all don't have to worry about the model in there. She will be protected by me. Y'all don't have to watch over her the whole time. So it'll be cool. But I can almost see this.
It's too bad that we couldn't do like the whole week long live show of every place that we go on that trip. The hospital up there, and then Iron Island if we go there, and then the fort down there by CJ.
Wait a minute. I wasn't listening on this Iron Island thing. I think I was looking in the mirror. I was looking in the mirror when you was talking about that, and I got distracted.
Iron Island Museum up there in Buffalo. where
Oh.
Greg runs the tours, ghost tours, and the investigation tours up there. And
Oh, okay.
you spoke with Greg on here before, right?
You talking to me? I don't remember what I did yesterday, Roger. I ate way too many pills for that. I mean, we all know that.
But anyway,
I
William,
think I
we'll
have.
stay in touch with you on this thing as we try to work things out to do all this, because I think that would be an awesome trip, man. Sounds like we're planning a 2-week vacation. I don't know about 2 weeks, Dita, but at least a good week. Probably about 7 days.
Yeah, because it'll take us 2 to get there and 2 to get back.
And then we're
we're
looking at 3 days at least in the main hospital there, and
It's
then
900 miles for us.
the overnight thing at Iron Island, and then going to the fort over there. And I don't know how long we'll be allowed to do the haunted mansion. William will have to fill us in on all that. And
Is that the same one Eddie Murphy went into that time?
No,
the Haunted Mansion?
no. No.
Oh, okay. Because that was a really cool Haunted Mansion too. I'm just saying.
Dita said she could pick up Big Bird. That'd be cool. Man, we'd have a heck of a trip going here. We'd have the bus full.
We're gonna have to get out of the short bus now, Roger.
I know it. We got to get the extended version.
That's right. If we could get that hearse I'm looking at, we could all pile up in the hearse and go. That'd be
I
sweet.
don't think we'd all fit in the hearse.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
just 7 or 8 people at least we're talking about now.
yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, William says if we're planning on taking 2 days coming and going, plan a stop in Pennsylvania, do an on-site segment, then next day get to New York.
Go to Pennsylvania. That's only 600 miles. Share the gas, more money to spend. True, Big Bird. Y'all can chip in on me and Roger's gas. I agree with that whole concept right there. I mean, it's not that far. 900 miles won't take that much gas. I'm just saying.
Well, the gas prices are low right now if they hold.
Summertime.
And everybody, throws in a few bucks. I think we can wing it. What we need to work on is ways to make sure we get into these places without having to pay.
Well, without having to pay an arm and a leg.
What's
Waverly? What's Waverly, like $250 for a group?
Oh, good God. Waverly is $100 a head. And they want
to had a group price.
No. That's the group price in groups of 10 at least.
No.
Yeah.
What? You can bring your extra tatas.
Huh?
I don't know. Big Bird said I can bring
my extra tatas. Guys,
okay, Big Bird. Fine, I like them. That's cool. I mean,
I'm not even gonna go there, Big Bird. I'm not gonna go there. Next thing you know, you'll be talking about throwing people on the bus and stuff like that.
DD, I've done explain to you. I'm a master chef with ramen noodles. You don't need to save money with cooking. I can cook prison burritos. I can make prison pizza. I mean, it's virtually cheap.
Gardner was very inexpensive.
Yeah. You just don't know.
Quote me a number there on it. Very inexpensive there, William.
Dita's so demanding. Real food. Ramen noodles ain't good enough.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay,
but yeah,
me later on there, William, and let me know about that, all right?
So we need to try to...
that would be nice. But I mean, if it costs a little, that's not bad, but we are poor folks, and we're trying to save up for this trip, so The less we have to spend on the actual places, the better.
Oh, sure. Now
Well,
it's going to cost us. Look at it. I think Williams got some stock in this place or something. It could be free. Well, we're poor. Well, there might be a little cost. I think he's got stock in this place. I'm not sure what's going on here. But
well, see,
yeah,
they're trying to rehab the place because it's got some damages and that need to be took care of, and so they're trying to save the place. I understand that, and the owners have that and another home. They're trying to keep up both, and it's very hard to do. I understand all that, and like I said, as long as we're not talking a lot of cost and everything, we might be able to wing a little bit, but it depends on how much that wing is. And I bought some expensive hot wings before, but anyway.
Dita brought up a good point. If I cut out my hooker budget for this, you people better show up. That's all I'm saying. Because Dita said she's thinking of selling her body for cash, and I said you're talking. Now Dita's talking.
Going to collect beer cans, so see, we've got this whole thing going on now.
Yeah, if I'm cutting into my hooker budget for this, I mean, if I'm cutting into my hooker and my dizzy pill medicine, I mean, y'all got to show up. I mean, that's all it is to it. I promise I won't buy a hooker for the next 6 months or a new belt.
Ask Chris or cash. Nobody
That's right. You got it going on, Big Bird. But yeah, I mean, something like this would be fun. I mean, I don't know. Dita's done started laughing. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know if all 10 of our listeners could make it or not, Roger. But if 8 of them could, it'd be good.
I could stand out in front of the house and pull one of my britches legs up a little bit,
Oh dear God.
But then
I'm gonna be selling nude pictures over the internet if anybody's interested. I'm just saying.
Well, if somebody stopped, I'd have to pay them for the attention. So.
Well, I mean, I'll probably make enough just off selling nude pictures of myself, Roger.
No, you gotta have your duty belt on.
Well, of course.
Because you gotta be like one of them guys from that group, YMCA.
Right. Hey, I'm already the cowboy. I mean, come on.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
all you
fine,
need
I'll put on the cowboy
your duty belt and your cowboy boots, and you be ready.
Oh, me. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not even saying this on the air what they're saying about me now because I'm trying to stick with the NC-17 rating. But I don't know, something like this could be a lot of fun, and we could, get a chance to meet everybody, and that would be awesome.
And then get to do some investigating of some awesome places.
I'm not even worried about that. I'm worried about Dita and everybody saying that I am so daggum good looking, they'll quit making fun of me all the time. That's the only reason I'm interested in it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the fact now that I know Dita's selling her body, I'm all over that because my hooker budget's gone for the next 6 months.
You do that, and I'll, me and William will take care of the investigating, okay?
Oh, that'd be fine, because I'll just be standing up on top of the building going, look at my duty belt, all day long, so I won't get a nap. I'm not sure Dita can handle it.
I can't even see. I got confused between Dita and duty belt. Oh my God.
Dita, no, we will not get confused. Dita is not getting my duty belt. That's all there is to it. I mean, I am coming home with my duty belt. That's all it is to it,
okay.
And there's no way around it.
Now, contamination is going to be a big problem.
Contamination.
Evidence contamination is going to be a big problem because everybody's going to be laughing and carrying on, and we ain't going to catch nothing.
Do not believe him. I'm not contaminated one bit. Don't believe the myths about all these diseases are all a lie. I'm not contaminated. That was all an April Fool's joke. And yeah, I'm not contaminated. That's all I'm saying. I'm not contaminated. So with can I bring the Domino's girl?
You gonna do what?
No, I'm not bringing the Domino's girl. I got Sabrina coming over, so I'm not bringing the Domino's girl. 'Cause that would totally wreck it. Big Bird just needs to. He's as full of it as we are.
I can see hours of video of us laughing and carrying on, and somebody's going to ask, you going to post your evidence? No, I can't. It ain't nothing but us laughing.
It's nothing but us laughing and Dusty naked. That's all it is. We can't put that on Facebook. We'll get kicked off. What's wrong with you people?
Prancing around talking about his duty belt and going, I love YMCA.
That's right. I can sing that song. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, I can sing it. I mean, if that's what y'all want, I can do it. But yeah, I don't know. Something like this would be fun, I mean, I need to share myself with more of the world.
Oh, my God.
Because...
Is
Dita a friend of yours on Facebook?
No, Data doesn't have a Facebook. She's got to get a Facebook. Data, you got to get a Facebook.
Oh, God. What is wrong with you, Data? Wait, no.
You have got to get a Facebook, Data.
My 17-year-old daughter don't have a Facebook, so, I mean, I really can't say a whole lot. I do not do Facebook. Come on, Data. It's for the greater good. You get to see me. I honestly don't look like this little monster that I don't know how to change over here beside my name. I mean, I really don't look like that. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know how to change that monster. Can I put a picture of me up here? Can I put my face up here? Send me your photo. How, Dita? You ain't got Facebook.
You can send it through Skype.
I don't have Dita on Skype. Chase away the roaches. Chattering with your voice. My voice? Even the birds love me. See? I mean, it's just who I am, Roger. It's who I am. Even the birds sing. The doves come flying in. DitasDailyPages.com. What is that? I'm looking that up right now. I'm not sure about this. I'm typing that in right now. What is this site?
Our website.
What does she do? Because I'm not sure. I ain't got myself into more than I've bargained for.
She grows things and
grows things?
Yeah.
Can I have some of what you're growing there, Dita?
Big Bird said for hookers only.
Oh, man. Oh, Dita's gardening page. There's Dita. Wow, I've seen a picture of Dita now. Oh, yeah, I'm totally bringing my checkbook, Dita. I'm just saying.
Oh,
that's awesome. Now I know what Dita looks like. My daughter grows the good stuff. Heck yeah. Contact Dita. Contact Dita. Let's see about this.
The blind hooker? Or hey, did you guys hear about the blind hooker? Tell me about the blind hooker. Gotta hand it to her.
Oh my Lord, that's almost as bad as
that's about as good as the blind man walking by the fish market, tipping his hat, saying "Morning, ladies."
Keep talking. I'm trying to figure out this whole Dita thing. I can't send you a picture of me on here, Dita. I think you're just messing with me.
Click on Thursdays daily. Better
What?
pick
Thursdays daily. What?
Better pick of me, she says.
I'm worried about putting a pic of me on here, Dita. That's all I'm worried about. And I don't know how. I can't do it.
Self-absorbed as he is,
What? What'd you call me?
self-absorbed. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Dita, there you be.
You looking at Dita too?
Yeah. What's this about Thursdays?
You have mail. You have to mail it to me in the address contact Dita.
I'll check that out. National Hat Day.
Oh my God, these people think I know what I'm doing here, Roger. That's what's so crazy. You know what? They think I'm actually, because I'm some kind of paranormal investigator, I'm actually supposed to know what I'm doing. It says use this form, Dita. I'm trying to use the form. It don't say give me your email address. I mean, there, Roger, give me my email address. That's better. Okay. You do that, Roger. You give her. Yeah, give it to her on here, Roger. Give it to me on here.
What do you want?
Dita's email address.
I'm on the page over here. I'm not looking at email addresses.
She said you have it.
I have it. I have it somewhere.
Yes, he ain't gonna give it to me, Dita. He's not gonna give it to me.
I had it, and I may still have it, possibly. I lost so much crap when my hard drive crashed, you guys. It's not even funny. But
wait a minute. Is this one of those cakes Dita cooks?
Hold on.
Hey, Dita. At the bottom of Thursday, where there's a cake, down below it, that looks like Roger.
Oh, good God! I wish these people would quit.
That looks like Roger on the bottom, where he's blowing out the cake and then he falls over. That looks like.
Okay, everything else, yes. Let me see. What?
Dita, this is an awesome page, Dita. I'm really enjoying this.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna put it on here, ain't you, Roger? Right out there for everybody to see, ain't you? That's what she wants to. That's what she wants you to put it out there, so everybody will be emailing her all night long. Okay, but anyway, so
okay, hold on.
This is some killer radio right here.
Yes, it is.
Dead air. That's the way it's supposed.
It's
supposed to be.
We are the bomb, okay? We are.
Don't ever forget, this is what radio's all about. Lot of dead air.
So,
and like I always say, we're going to play you some classical music at the end to ease your pain of these 3 hours you've wasted of your life. Listen to all this dead air.
Yes, some dead air. We're live
How
on
come nobody ever calls us?
Broadcasting out of Youngstown, New York, people. Having said that,
oh, okay.
You may continue now.
So how come nobody ever calls us?
Nobody.
We got all these people. We got all these people on here, but nobody ever calls us. All 10 of our listeners on this thing, and
well,
there's a cricket filling in. That's awesome. But no, seriously, I think something like this would be really fun if we could make a trip, because just think, I mean, all the cool places we can see, all these cool people that's on here all the time that we don't get to meet. That would be That would be sweet, and it would be fun, especially if we could do a radio show from there, because then everybody can make fun of me just all the time on the air.
That sounds like CJ doing in the background over there.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, okay, so we're good. So, sorry, Dita, calm down, calm down. I'm back in your life, Dita. Calm down.
We're back, Dita.
I'm I am back in your life, Dita. Calm down. Is you all back? Y'all back? We back? We back? God, Dita's really worried about me being gone, ain't she?
Use your southern accent there, Dita. Is y'all back?
You back?
Is you back yet?
Are we there?
Y'all, Ewins, come on now. We waiting.
Somebody tell me if we're back, because I don't know. I can't hear me.
I hear you.
I hear you. Okay, good deal. Good deal.
I thought we was going to start talking dirty in the background about duty belts and hanging out.
I mean, I already was, so I was glad that didn't happen.
Dita said she heard me. Yes, you are. I hear you. Y'all is back.
Good.
Y'all is back. There you go, Dita. That good old southern slang there. Y'all is back.
I hope they didn't hear that. Those obscenities that Roger let out.
What obscenities?
I'm just saying. I
don't do obscenities.
At least, I'm sure there was one coming there somewhere.
Yeah, I said the S word. Oops.
One time. Long time ago.
I said the S word.
Just once, though. Once in his life. Oh, Dita messed up. Dita don't even know what all kinds of pictures she's going to be getting from me now. Just give him my email. Oh, that was a total mistake right there. I'll go tell you. Oh, my goodness. I like to pose for pictures. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was the sugar word, Dita. Minus a few letters.
Definitely. Yeah. Mainly the ooger. Man, my Yahoo Mail won't let me email Dita. It will not.
Reminds me of that movie that I watched where the soldiers were doing their training and they were out in this place and this guy says, "Yeah, looks like some strange alien creature came here, shat, and left."
Oh my gosh.
And see, I didn't say the other word, so.
Yeah, I am impressed. I mean.
Did you say booger?
Definitely said booger.
Booger. You can say that and make it sound dirty. Booger.
I'm having to go to my alternate email here, Roger.
Did he say booger?
I'm having to go to my alternate email, and I don't even know how to send an email. Oh, I think I just sent it. I don't know, Data. Maybe. I don't even know what email that is, but, I mean, I think it's, I think I got it.
Okay, so, now, all you guys that are serious about this trip thing, let us know that you are serious, because we're going to try to work this thing up, so... we need to make sure who all is really on the bandwagon.
Yeah, but anyway. Alright, so.
Shake it up.
First of all, I gotta get some headphones, Roger.
What?
I gotta get some headphones. These little earbuds I got in my ears, killing my ears. I just want you to know that.
Dita said, I got an email from Dusty.
That's right. Oh, my God. She won't never be the same now. No, she got an M nail from
Did
me.
you send her an
M
email?
nail.
You and your duty belt?
In my duty belt. Wait till she sees this. But, and CJ, I just want to go ahead and say this is not me speaking. It's Dita speaking when she says, "Ooh, I want to butter his bread." That wasn't me speaking, CJ. So you got to get on to Dita about that. I told you, Dita. I told you I'm cute. I mean, come on. Why don't these people believe me when I say this stuff, Roger? I'm the good-looking one. I mean, see? Told you I had a face for TV. Oh, come on. Bring the dogs and the birds. You know the birds keep squawking. CJ, read it. Read it, CJ. Read it. Butter your buns. Read it. Read it. Mm-hmm.
Baby, I'm going to butter your bread.
Oh, no. Here we go again. So,
oh, me.
I know. I should have took some cough syrup tonight. I had to be a lot higher right now. Oh,
CJ, you ain't right.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm just saying. Roger's not alone. Roger's not alone. His wife's there. And his dogs.
And
myself.
Other dogs.
Myself.
You're never alone when you have your dog.
That's true. Except for my dog, it got run over by the neighbors in my driveway.
And you still, even though you explained that one to me, I still don't see how they ran over your dog in your driveway.
Well, I'm not real sure either, but, you know, I mean, yeah, I don't know. That's what they did. They run over in my driveway, so I'm not real sure what they was doing in my driveway.
I'm looking at two.
Probably trying to.
One, they accidentally pulled in your driveway, or two,
you see my driveway. Or they might have been trying to drive by real quick and see me in my duty belt.
Well, now that's possible.
Or my dog might have been wearing my duty belt. Oh, she's lucky I didn't catch him. If I caught that dog in my duty belt, it'd have been trouble.
He just said we shall have to see what we can do. So basically, what it's getting down to here is we can mark off Data, we can mark off Big Bird, and
Big Bird, you just lost your ride, hero. Sorry, you're on your own now.
You got
Who, me? Of course I got a G-string. I wear it backwards most of the time. So, all right, Roger.
I won't
the general gist, the general gist on our show, Roger, is I just want to know, because we went all the way around the corner and never come back to the road.
That happens.
All the time. What do you consider yourself, a ghost hunter or an investigator?
I consider myself an investigator. But if you call me a ghost hunter, I'll answer to that too.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you say potato, I say potato, whatever, you know.
Potato? I think it's potato.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Potato.
Potato. Country
slang.
Oh,
man. I just made a huge mistake. I just want you to know. I was reading this stuff on the page here, okay? And I reached over to eat one of my no dizzy pills, and I wasn't paying attention. I just stuck my Vic stick in my mouth. And we all know that thing's been up my nose.
Ooh. Did somebody say booger?
Yeah, let's go back to booger again. Hey, Dusty licks his Vic stick clean after he gets done using it. That's great. That's going to give me the Domino's girl for sure.
Yeah, you wait till I see that Domino's girl and I tell her about you licking the boogers off your Vic.
You're not seeing her. I'm moving now.
Not my boogers, Dita. His boogers.
So Roger.
Yeah.
Oh, talk a minute. My ears are hurting.
Anyway, yeah, we went around the world in 80 days there. Now, we already know you consider yourself a ghost hunter. You're not a investigator as such.
Yeah.
But you are, because you participate in an ongoing investigation with real investigators like me and Tricia.
Oh, is that where we're going with this? Okay. I got you. I got you, buddy.
Anyway, no,
I'm just there to pose in the pictures is all I'm doing. I mean,
no, I really do consider you as an investigator myself. In a way, I guess one way to separate them in a word, it would be the amount of professionalism that you portray.
So we're definitely none of it. We ought to be like
none of us are
co-writers for Pee Wee's Playhouse or something.
No, just kidding. Now, not just anybody would go out of their way to unwrap a 15-foot invisible anaconda from a tree on a shelf and take it out of the house and have inmates go kill it for somebody. So,
I mean, like that.
So yeah, it's the lengths that you would go to for a client, I guess. The professionalism that you use, because he could have said, "Look, lady, there's no damn snake here," in this discussion. But he didn't. He unwrapped the invisible snake. It was biting him. He had to readjust his grip and take the invisible snake out of the house and let convict ghosts kill it for her. So, that's a real investigator's professionalism right there, okay?
This is true.
How else can you say that?
But yet, the whole time, what makes me professional, the whole time, and I'm holding my laughter in as I'm dragging this snake out, but I mean that was a good one. I mean that was a good one. I mean, because it's not every day that you get to drag a snake out of a house, and we should have told. Yeah, William's still on there, so he don't know about the snake, but
he left.
He's still in the chat room. His name's still up there.
He's red, so he's not here.
I'm kind of red too, but I'm here.
Well, you're actually gold.
That's right. I'm golden. Don't you ever forget it either.
Hey, I was gold before you. Anyway.
But no, guys, what we do, honestly, I mean, this is who we are. This is the way we act. We don't care where we are. We don't care what we're doing. This is me and Roger, so go with this. So, I mean, if this investigation to, I'm not, okay. If this investigation does play out, y'all can expect us to act just like this.
Yeah.
Except for y'all get to see all my weird faces I make when I'm talking. And Roger using his hands a lot. I don't know how he does. I don't know how he's not tired after 3 hours because he's constantly talking with his hands. Are you not? Yes, you are.
Well, now, see, you was doing that too when we were talking at McDonald's after you carried the snake out of the house for.
I was doing a dramatic retake. Okay, a dramatic retake. I'm practically
and it was hilarious.
I mean, I'm basically an actor, Roger. You've seen my acting skills out there at McDonald's parking lot, along with the other 40 people driving around looking at me like I was insane. But that's okay, because I'm gonna be famous one day.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
is good.
CBS
One
is
day.
just waiting to get their hands on you.
Well, probably are if I email them a picture. Dita is, so I mean, but but yeah, I think we've only got like Dita and Big Bird even listening to us now. How do we need to know how many people's listening. I want to know if we got all 10 of our listeners on here.
All 10 of our listeners?
Yeah.
No, we've got 2 that are in the
That,
chat.
that are in the chat room.
That's CJ.
The globe.
Scroll up on your chat box there, and you'll see a globe spinning up there at the top. Look at all the little red dots that you see on this globe. That's people that are listening to us.
Seriously?
Yes.
I mean, there's people like in Iceland on here. Scotland. I see Scotland right there. Holy cow, look at the United States. We've lit up the East Coast, man. Heck yeah, they understand what I'm saying over there. This is just about as exciting as my drinking bird over here now. Well, there's one in the ocean off of Africa. That's where that plane went down last week. They're still listening to us.
You do know that Dusty has one of them drinking birds, right? That sits on the counter and bobs back and forth. You put the glass of water in front of it.
Yes, I do, and I love my bird. But anyway, I wanted to say Scotland up there. I see a dot around where Scotland is. I've traced my family tree back to where my ancestors was actually King of Scotland. True story. True story, man.
So you're trying to tell me that you're royal blood, right?
No, what I'm telling you is, my ancestors was King of Scotland, and then it went from knights and sires all the way down to King Henry II, where my ancestor was a knight that guarded him, and he pulled out his sword and killed the Duke of York. They beheaded him, and then my family tree just went awry at that point. I mean, it went insanely crazy. So, no, I'm actually no royalty. I would have been had not that selfish ancestor of mine killed somebody and just left me out high and dry here. I mean, I could be hunting castles over there, you know? I mean, but no. He didn't think about the future and Dusty here. He wanted to make sure he got to kill somebody that day, you know. So, I need to zoom in on this globe here. Whoa, this thing gets huge when you zoom in on it.
Yeah.
Wow, we got people in Spain listening to. They can't understand me in Spain. I think I see Dita up there. There's somebody in the Bermuda Triangle listening to us. You know that we need to do that sometime, Roger. The Bermuda Triangle.
Actually, we did cover the Bermuda Triangle before you came along.
Oh, thanks a lot. Great. Well, I'm out of ideas. I guess, sell me out to the old folks' home. I'm out of ideas now. I don't know what else to do. But, so we got a bunch of people up on the East Coast. These people need to come in the chat room and say, hey, you know what, guys? We want to see where they hung a giant cage from the ceiling and rocked these crazy people till they fell asleep.
Right.
Because that's what they did in that asylum up there. They rocked the crazy people till they fell asleep in a giant cage hanging from the ceiling. What?
So now when you see those cages in those games with the skeletons in them and stuff, you know where that came from.
Yes. That, my friends, was good American doctrine right there.
Right.
Hang them in a cage.
Don't mess with me. I'll put you in this cage up here and swing you back and forth until you die.
You're gonna fall asleep, Jack. I promise. And then we get to do the cool stuff like run them out that tunnel from under the hospital in
Yeah,
Louisville.
see, when I was reading about that, it said they put them in there and rocked them back and forth till they calmed down, and then they would like let them out. Bull crap, we know better. That's why them skeletons are all in cages in them games.
We rocked them back and forth 30 feet in the air until they all calmed down. Yeah, I would be going, you know what, Jack, you're gonna get me down, and somebody's getting hurt. Like, I'm smacking somebody with this duty belt when I come down.
You put me in there, you wait like get out of there.
Think I was flipping out, dadgummit. My arms are in the air, I'm waving around. I'm not crazy no more. I'm not crazy just to get out of the cage. When I get out of that cage, though, somebody's finna get their tail whipped. That's
like
all it's
on the cross, right? When I get down from here, I'm kicking you two right in the... Yeah, that. But,
yeah, NC-17, Roger.
Hey, I didn't say nothing. I said nothing. I'm like Sergeant Schultz. I said nothing.
I don't even know who Sergeant Schultz is. I'm only 38, Roger.
Heroes, man. Where you been?
Oh, no, I didn't watch Hogan's Heroes. I watched McHale's Navy.
Oh, you would.
That was a great show.
Hey. And what about F Troop?
F Troop was okay. F Troop was okay. You know what? Now I'm back on this globe. They quit talking in the chat room. I'm blowing up the globe again because Dita just forgot all about me. She's lusting over my pictures down there and forgot all about talking to me now. I'm still amazed by this East Coast. And we've even got people in... Whoa, there's somebody in Hawaii. I bet that's my cousin. Hey, my cousin liked my post, and he's out there on the base. And if that's you, good job, Adam. Appreciate your hard work out there in Hawaii. I'm glad you didn't have to go to Fort Leonard Wood or nothing, because,
I went to Fort Leonard Wood, thank you.
I know you did, my brother. But my cousin's at one red dot, I bet, out there in Hawaii listening to us right now, drinking sangria, margaritas out there on the beach. What? Let me scroll down. Dita said, right on. That's what I'm talking about. Get that static going, baby. Feel the tingle. Feel the tingle.
Keep that skull, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
You keep that skull, because I got more. You keep that Copenhagen, darling. I got a fresh one in my pocket.
We'll catch you next time. Have a good night.
Oh, Big Bird's leaving. He's had enough.
Big Bird's not a he.
Oh, she. I'm sorry. I didn't know. She said, well, I mean, when the fake boobs come out, I didn't know that, I thought, we go back to the whole fishing pole,
Those are hers now, Dusty.
The drag queen fishing pole. And, we start talking about carry around boobs. Yeah, thank you, Big Bird. Tatas. I know what I'm saying. You said you got extra ones. That's what I'm saying. I got tatas, remember? I know. You said you have extra ones.
Yeah, extra tatas.
That's right. Oh, my God. Now Big Bird's after me. Pay attention to the program. I can't help it. I'm looking in the mirror.
He's got ADHD.
Everybody knows it. Huh?
I said, you have that ADHD thing.
See, I can't even say that word Dita just wrote up there. I can't even say that. Now he gets it. No, see, I can't even read Dita. I got extras. Okay, I'm going back to the globe. That's really cool to think that all these people give a crap about what I'm saying. Even in Alaska. Look at that.
What makes you think it's what you're saying?
Because, I mean...
Maybe it's what I'm saying. Or maybe it's what Dita's saying.
They're not in the chat room. So, evidently, it's all about me.
You got this telepathy thing going on with them.
I guess that's possible. Unlikely. The people in Scotland's totally there because they know I'm an ancestor. That's why they're there. They're like, we're going to...
Shiny things.
We're going to throw this cat a bone because we know, his ancestor kind of did him wrong and everything. And, I mean, but God bless you all for listening. And next week, I promise, will be better. I'll be back on the cold medicine next week, so I'll be a whole lot funnier.
Okay, folks, we're going to have to get
Ancestor.
ready to start
What?
bringing this thing down to a close. I want to thank everybody in the chat room for chiming in, and it's been a blast. Thank William.
And write down the chat room address, everybody. Tell them the chat room address real slow, Roger, because I want to see all these people from all over the world in our chat room. Cause
They just said, did you say ancestor or incestor?
hey, no Tennessee jokes here, Data. This is a Tennessee joke-free zone.
You rock, Data.
God, I love it.
Anyway.
So, give the chat room address. I'll do it. www.cjmarsradio.com
//
CJ Mars _chat.html. I hope y'all wrote that down because I want to see the chat room full of people
you
from
put
Ireland.
the line in there.
That's right. Slanty line's got to be in there. All right. We got to go, Roger. It's time.
Well, we got about a minute. Everybody, thanks for joining us. All we people that are listening by phone and everything out there, thank you for listening in. It's been a blast. Call in sometime. Next week, we will talk about something interesting, I'm sure, and we will laugh a little, and we will have a good time.
I'll get back on the cough syrup.
Dusty will get back on his meds, and
that elixir those girls are going to put the recipe out for.
Yeah, and His Eminence Bo Jerkhart may be calling in next week to honor us with his presence and wisdom. So, yeah, all in all, it's going to be great. So, until next week, everybody, if you can't be normal, be paranormal.